quick 3D tutorials. Today's video I just show you the skin bind, the different way of it to do this inside Maya. So we're starting by the classic one. If you have a character with a multi-objects or more in one pieces, you need to select first the joint root, then select by shift the objects, and then select the character in the end and go to the skin, bind the skin, default setting and bind. That is the classic one, which is not very bad, but you can see we have kind of problem, a lot of fixing by painting tool. Okay, and if we looking at the head, you can see the dragging it. So that is just my classic one. Later we have another one which is very good to just start with it. So we make the same things. Go ahead to skin, bind the skin. Instead of this one, I will choose head map and bind it. It will take more time, but it will give us a better, cleaner result. And sometimes it will get some problem where the object has been like the cloth and something like this. So here we go. Now if we look to the leaks, you can see how clean it is. And the same thing with the pieces has been attacked. And of course in any time we can just paint the different by selecting this and right click on the painting tool. Then we have adding a new things. I think it was in my 2012 or 11, and that was the interactive bind. The problem is you cannot attack or bind the multi-objects, so you can actually not use it in this case. So we need tools. So for the interactive, you only select the joint and the one pieces of the mesh, then go to the skin, go to the interactive bind skin, use the default setting and just bind. So what we get actually is we getting when I select a joint, so that is a capsule which I can give the influence for the different parts. So let's say you have just using a select tool and now you're going back. How can I get back to this? So, well, you can just select your mesh, go to the skin, go to the interactive bind, and here you are inside it. The first things I will just show you the symmetric or reflections. So now we have it in the front, so we're going to symmetric in the x-axis. But sometimes if you will not work, just make this number higher. It will help more. For now, and we have of course the display, which color it needs to be shown, and I can of course choose other color if I want to. But for now we use the default one. Now in any time I want to affect the different area, of course you can move and rotate. And now if you just holding one of these, you're going to drag holding the mouse, the left mouse click, and you can just holding until you're getting the shape do you want. And if you want to have both in same time, holding the shift and just dragging. And if you want to putting it, let's see, you want to change this to be up and down, you just left mouse click and you can just drag it, and by holding the shift and drag it, you're going to give the influence to the elbow. Same thing here. Next we can also affect this area if we want to. So here we have give the influence for this, and of course it needs to be checked all of the other. When you are finished, of course you can go back to the painting and painting it manually if you want to. The last thing has been adding inside my 2017 is, which we can now select everything again and go to the skin, bind skin, and use this. Of course we have follow. As more I give follow, so they're trying to make things separate, especially with the leaks and like this, but you will not getting so smooth. So depend which area you like to have, like, yeah, it is follow. So we try this, and what we get, every joint trying to follow this area they are on. And the reason is not following because my cloth has low polygons, if you look to it. So and here we have for the leaks, and it needs to be painted again. And anytime you can just go to the painting tool and go ahead select where they are, which area need to be, and I think this one, so you can just bring it to 100%, and that has been fixed. In the end, the follow is like this, fall off, so you can just change it until you're getting the right position. The next things I will talking about, if you have kind of pieces geometry by only not a joint that has been parenting together, you can actually go ahead and select all the joint and then select this and depend which skinning tool do you want to use. For now we just use the classic, and then we can just bind these in and we can just control it by the selected joint. Of course it needs to have controller. The last thing I will show you is, I don't know if you can see it, that is a curve, and I want this curve to controlling the mesh. So how we can do this? The first things we need, at least we need to have one joint, and then select this, go to the skin and use the again the classic one, then select the geometry, go ahead to the channel box, skin cluster, and put this to be on. When you have this on, now you can add the curve, select the curve and shift select this. Now you can adding it as the joint actually. To do this, go to the skin and edit influence and add, go to the option box. Of course you can log it to the 0 if you want manual self painting it, so I do this, and then I can go to the painting tool, select my curve which is now logged because I have to turn this to be 0. Now I unlock this, go ahead to my brush and make it bigger, of course, and just painting the area I want. A couple of smooth. Here we go. Now if I don't know if you can see this, I just turn the wireframe, so if I move this, it's trying to dragging the mesh. Some people use this for the eyebrow or face rig or any kind of these things, but personality, I don't use it. I feel sometimes we have not enough control to controlling things, but that can be also used for this if you want to. So that is just a different way inside Maya how we can use the skin, and of course it will came some of the video about the painting tool, how we can make it easy painting, and kind of how we can add joint and remove joint from it without missing or painting information. So thanks for watching.